Welcome. Welcome to the Quelle, the source. I'm so glad you could join us just for these very important and special moments in today's journey. Because this is the essential thing. We all know that we're on life's journey. And like a journey at any time, anywhere, we need moments when we just stop. We sit, we pause, catch up with ourselves, really notice what is happening in our lives. And so this is what we're doing here now, today. So thank you for being with us. And always when we're on a journey, we need to stop to drink something. A glass of water, an ordinary glass of water. How precious it is, how much it can teach us. We need water. All life forms on this planet need water to live, just to live. We cannot live without it. Neither can animal forms, neither can plant forms. It's so essential. We take it so much for granted. Or do we? Because it is so essential, we have in our history as a human family walking around planet Earth often fought each other for possession of water sources, access to the rivers and seas. Water is so important, it has made us angry with each other, fight with each other, forget that it is there for all of us, forget that it helps us to keep in relationship with the entire universe, not just planet Earth. So water, an ordinary glass of water, which we make our tea or our coffee. It's basically we start with water. So this essential glass of water. When we pause in the heat of the journey, the heat of everyday life, we have to drink water from its true source, from where life comes, the one who alone is, who gives us life. Otherwise, as I have just said, we will fight each other for possession of this water which we cannot possess. We do not own it. But we need it. We need it desperately. Water. I wonder how long it is since you have stopped to think about the water we take so much for granted every day. This water which is so precious, we have fought many bitter wars and killed each other for water. We've also judged each other using water. Those of you who are familiar with the stories of the life of Jesus the Christ will remember one, a very clear one, very important message we were given. Jesus and his disciples travelled a lot, and on one occasion the disciples had gone on somewhere else, and he was sitting alone. He was sitting by a well, and he wanted a drink of water, but he had nothing to get the water from the well. He had no means of doing it. Then a woman came along, coming to collect the water for the family, and so he asked her, and we would say, why not? He said, can you give me a drink of water? But the woman was amazed and said to him, what? You are asking me for water? You, an Orthodox Jew, asking water from a Samaritan woman? The Jews won't even talk to the Samaritans. Social conditioning. You might say, oh, well, that happened 2,000 years ago over there in Israel. It couldn't happen today, here. You read the news recently? It could be happening, it is happening in New York, Germany, overall. Our social conditioning, all over a glass of water. How badly we have understood the messages that we have been given throughout our whole life. I find a big contrast between the message I've just reminded you of and the message of our original peoples on this earth. I'm thinking of two. Recently, in our news, we've had the information that Ayers Rock, a huge, not rock, but small mountain, in the outback in Australia, has been, as it were, symbolically returned to the original peoples, the Aborigines. For the original people of that country, Ayers Rock was a sacred place. It was a place for their meeting with the ultimate reality we call God. But over time, of course, and tourism, people came to Ayers Rock from all around the world just for the experience, the excitement of trying to climb it. The original peoples respected it as a gift of God, as a means of relationship with God. And at long, long last, after centuries of struggle, the original peoples have won the right to say to all humanity, this is sacred to us. It has great meaning. So please treat it with respect. I was in Ayers Rock some years ago now, and we didn't try, the companion and I, who was with me, we didn't try to climb the rock. We had at least some sense of how much it meant to the Aboriginal peoples. But we walked round it. It is a mighty long walk, and you are advised to realise you will need water to drink on the way. But it is a wonderful experience. All round that rock, kilometre by kilometre, you have a new experience of Earth, the connection with Earth. And it was there I also met a very simple symbol that is also a key to ancient wisdom. It's the normal spiral that we can draw. It represented water, a water source, a living water source. And the original people would draw it on the earth or arrange stones or anything to leave that symbol where they had found water, to leave it for others who were in search, who were journeying, to know it's here. We've got it, we want you to have it too. What a difference from Jews don't speak to Samaritans. You can't ask me for water. A long way away. Why have we lost our original wisdom? Again, if we go to the original peoples in South America and Central America, we meet the wonderful tradition of the Mayan Indians. And they've another lesson to teach us about the way we should relate with each other, respect each other, live as family. And again, it's concerned with water. When we go for a journey now and we think or we expect we are going to need water on the journey, we'll probably take a bottle of water with us. The Mayan Indians had something much more valuable. This is a gourd, vegetable, something like a pumpkin, which when it's hollowed out and cleaned and hardened, was used to carry water. This, of course, has been painted and decorated now, but it was just like this. This was your water source, and you string and you carried it with you. But a deeper wisdom than just carrying water with you when you travel is also told by the Mayan Indians. They tell you, yes, water is essential for life. And when you travel through this life, this space-time journey, you must always have access to water, to living water. So, your gourd full of living water is essential. But they say, but look, if you are on the journey and you hear other people coming up behind you, talking and so on, do not turn round and get involved. Your purpose is to keep your eyes on the journey, to keep your eyes on what is happening here and now on the journey. Your journey. Each one of us is making a unique journey. And so keep your attention on the journey. But if the people coming behind you draw level with you and say, have you got water? You turn round and you offer the entire gourd, your whole supply. This is profound wisdom and deep understanding of our relationship as human beings with each other. Our original wisdom, whether from the Aborigines in Australia or the Mayan Indians in South America, have taught us the essential lessons of how to travel and how to live with each other. Wouldn't it be a good idea if we recovered some of that wisdom, which is also ours? We need to take time to do this. Our lives are so hurried, so full of the need to achieve, to sit down, to relax, and to enjoy the life-giving water. We need water not only for the life of our bodies, we need water for the life of our innermost selves, our spirit, who we truly are. And so, here we are, taking time out from the journey, pausing. How much an ordinary glass of water can teach us if we stop to listen. An ordinary glass of water. Perhaps it would be a help for some of us if during the days ahead, the weeks ahead, this coming month, we paid more attention to water, just when we drink water, as tea or coffee or just plain water, that we pay attention and we listen to some of our original wisdom teaching us how to live with each other on planet Earth. These are essentials, the essential wisdom of how to live as a human family. And we learn it from our ancestors and a glass of water. I'm going to suggest that now, as you are here and you're taking these few moments time out, that you sit back, listen quietly, breathe slowly, and let whatever word or thought or question has come into your mind in the last few minutes, let it come back again. And say, all right, I must give more time to that. I really must look and see, how free am I to travel? How free? How tied up am I in social conditioning? The conditioning that says, these people are not worthwhile, these people you should pay no attention to. You don't talk to people like that, let alone share the precious water that you have. Try it. Every time you drink water, you take a glass of water or a cup of tea into your hands in the days ahead. Recover something of our original wisdom and learn how to live now, this moment, in this century, with all the challenges it gives us. The same wisdom is what we need. Enjoy your next glass of water.